guys, welcome back to another video. I am so happy right now. Check this out. Check it out. I just chopped off about 3 inches from my hair. So all of those other, videos that you're going to be looking at, those are going to be my old videos. And this is the way it's come out now. And I'm really happy with it, but I wanted to share a story with you guys, a real quick story, and then I'm going to go in and get my curling iron and other crap that I need to get to keep this hair the way it is. But so I was on a quest for quite a while now. My hair had been going, long, like you guys know, and it's very curly, like you guys know. But with the stress, I guess, of my job and just running around and all of that, somewhere along the way, I kind of lost the capacity to really take care of my hair. Emotionally, I got up in time to get to work. I dressed quickly. I did my makeup. I did my nightly routine, for my skincare. I did my AM routine for my skincare. And then the last thing that was on my mind and that was lacking, because I would basically run out of time, was my hair. My hair would be in a ponytail, or it would be pulled back and it would be long. And I just basically emotionally gave up on my hair. It was like, I have to deal with this again. It's hot. It's humid. I went through the summer. I went through Florida. You guys saw me when I was on that trip. And I just I didn't want to deal with it. So I woke up a week or two ago and I said, darn it, I'm going to get back in the saddle. I've got to get my hair in shape. I've got to get it back. I hadn't colored it in 3 months or more. So I had, terrible roots growing out here. My hair was dried out, and so it got, I guess, brassy and bleached out, and nothing was working. And then I had always done my own hair. As far as color is concerned, I always bought, either Preference or Feria or something in a box and slapped it on my head and then walked around with the goop in my hair for about 30 minutes and then, rinse it out and did my own hair coloring. I have never, seriously never, and I'm, way past the 50 mark, never did a hair salon hair coloring. I know it sounds crazy, but A, I was always trying to save a buck. B, there was always something else that I could spend the money on. And C, it was always a matter of, dang, now I have to make an appointment and I have to spend 2.5 hours in the salon and I just don't have time for it. So it was this mental capacity again of saying to myself, in a way, and I've come to grips with this, but in a way, I think deep down, I figured I don't deserve the pampering. I don't deserve to be in a beauty salon for 2.5 hours with someone working on my head. I'll just get a, $6, $7 bottle of, hair color from Target or Walmart or something, slap it on my head. It's just as good. And, mentally I was talking myself into that zone. Okay. And I think you gals get me. I know that you've been, watching me long enough where you know where I'm coming from, and you understand what my feelings were behind all that. So in the past, I have gone to one hair salon here in the Atlanta area, and and I can name them. There's about 4 or 5 salons locally here. They're pretty upscale. They're called Joseph and Friends, and they are very nice. I have nothing against them. They're the ones that you walk in and you get to imbibe some, wine or a latte or an espresso or bottled water water, and they're very into catering. And again, it's a very slow moving process, which, it's okay. I don't mind if I'm doing that, but you just know going in there, it's going to be a 2 to 3 hour process. I mean, half of your day is gone by the time they get through with everything. I would only go in for a haircut, and they were astronomically expensive. And I had gone there for about 15 years, and I hadn't gone, I wouldn't go every month, even every other month. I would almost treat myself to a nice haircut about two times a year, because my budget was like, holy crap. I mean, you just couldn't allow, I could not allow myself to go ahead and spend that kind of money. Okay, you had the nice treats, and everyone was lovely, and you even had they even did like a back massage, which was amazing. Like, they would do all this stuff in back massage. There's this let me just say, I park so freaking far away from people to do my videos in the parking lot. There's someone that pulled right next to me right now. I mean, literally right next to me. I mean, there's not a soul around here for 20 parking lots, and she parks right next to me. Okay, she's gone. But it just drives me nuts. When I want my privacy and I'm talking to you guys, and then someone goes boom right next to you, kind of stares at you as you're talking to yourself on the video. It's just okay. Back to what I was talking about. So I was there. I was like that 2 times a year kind of person that I wanted to go ahead and get a really nice cut, and I was okay with that. All right. On the flip side, I did, let's see, I'm trying to remember what else I would do. Oh, I would do these kind of walk-ins, like these shopping mall walk-ins, and they were around that, maybe $20, $25 mark. Not the great clips and not the super cuts, but like a mom and pop kind of store, and where, what that is about. And again, I didn't do anything extra. I would just, cut and wash and wear, and most of the time leave it curly, and then just walk out, and that's all I really needed. So lately, and getting into that whole medical situation that I've been kind of talking to you guys about being a little bit anemic and being run down and tired. The past month has gone by. I had not colored my hair. Again, I actually bought the box, the preference, to do my hair. And I just did not emotionally and strength-wise get the capacity up to do my hair color at home. I just, like, every time I looked at the box, every time the weekend rolled around, I was so exhausted from everything else that I was doing that the last thing I wanted to do was to go through the whole process of putting the dye on my hair, waiting the half an hour or 40 minutes, getting in the shower, washing it out. I just the mental thing of going through that was really strenuous for me. And so I started looking around locally. I even made a call back to Joseph and Friends, and I said, how much is color? How much is the cut? Because I did want the cut and a color. Obviously, I wanted someone to do it for me. Well, I got sticker shock. First of all, a lot of these salons, they have tiers of professional hair cutters. So they have the junior stylist, and then they have some of them have a mid-range, and then some of them have the what they call the senior professional hair artists. Okay, they don't even call them stylists, they call them artists. And that's all well and good if you have a special occasion, you're going to the Oscars or something, or you want a fabulous updo. I get it. You want to look absolutely glammed out and fabulous, and there's a time and a place for that. But I was not about to plunk down seriously over $100 just for the haircut for a senior stylist. All right. And And the other thing that I started to get perturbed about is when I would call these, hair salons that had the different tiers. Invariably, they would never have a time available for a junior cut or even a mid-range hairstylist. They would only have the master stylist or the master artist available for short notice. Okay, yeah, I would call on a Thursday to book for a Saturday. And by that time, apparently, for Saturday appointments, they did not have anybody available that wasn't a master cutter. But again, I wasn't about to spend, $90 and up or $100 for just the haircut. And then on top of that, I asked them, how much is the hair color? Well, on top of that, just the roots, just touch up on roots, because I asked for different, price ranges. Just touch up on the roots was $90 and up. And then a full head would be like, I think it started at $120 and up, depending on the length of hair and blah, 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 blah. So we're talking $200 here, guys. We're talking 200 plus tips, about $240, $250 for a, for me, for a cut and style and color. And I don't know about you, but I can think of a lot better places to spend $200 for a lot better things than a cut and a color. And I just didn't have the heart to do it. I really just couldn't go there. And but I wasn't feeling good either. Like I told you guys, I was feeling run down and I was feeling stressed. And I said, do I want to spend $250 because I'm so tired that I just can't do it myself? Or am I going to keep looking around? Well, I kept looking around. I knew I had a week or two, whatever. It's not like I didn't have an event to go to. So I didn't have a hard deadline where I had to get this done or else I would look, shabby had I gone somewhere. So I knew I had plenty of time. And the other things I looked into was, one of them was great clips and also, super cuts. And I went in there and asked for prices. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with them, they're very, very low price, supposedly. I want to just say that, supposedly. Very low price. So initially you go in there and you ask for the price, and for women, it's $16 for a haircut. Or thereabouts, $15, $16. They're very comparable. The supercuts and great clips are very comparable in their price range. I guess they're rivals, or however you call it, they're competitors in that price range. So I go in there, oh, okay, $16 for a cut. All right. And, what do you do for that? She goes, a cut. And I go, okay, well, that includes the blowout. I need a blowout. I need a, shampoo, of course, that's included, right? No, that's not included. Okay, well, how much is it? Okay, well, the shampoo starts at $6 depending on your hair and the length of your hair. Extra shampoo obviously costs more money for them. So they wanted to charge me an extra $6 and up for shampoo on top of the haircut. Okay, so we're talking $16 now plus, let's say, $6, so $22. Okay, I can do that. How much is the blowout? Oh, we don't do any blowouts. It's just cut, and you're basically a wet dog out the door. So my haircut would be, I would be cut in layers, or however it would be cut, and however it's drying is how it is drying. So you go out that door and you're either soaking wet or, you're drying your hair in the sun. And that's good for some people, that's okay, and there are certain times where, I'm a wash and wear kind of gal, and it's no big deal. Well, the extra blow dry would have been $35. So now we're talking 35 and 22, let's say 35, 45, 55, $57. So we're talking $57 here. And that did not include, that was just the blow drying your hair, blow drying it out. Okay. That didn't include now flat ironing it. Now flat ironing it, I think, was another $20, So now we're talking, $56, like $76. And I'm like, okay, where did it go from $16 to $20 to $25 range to $75? If I wanted to spend, $75, $80 for a haircut, I would have been right back at Joseph and Friends, because they were charging me for a master stylist, or at least mid-range for, $75, $75. But that included everything, including a back massage, which, Great Clips and Supercuts doesn't have. So here I am, racking this up in my brains, and I'm like, this is a walk-in hairstylist. This is, they're doing kids, they're doing men, they're doing everybody. They don't have seasoned, you kind of luck out. You get what you take. You get what you get. There's no, it's really unassigned. So first come, first serve, and you go to the next stylist down the line. And I know you can book some stylists if you, build a rapport with them. Later on, you can go in there and request that stylist, but how long do they last there anyway? I hear the turnaround there is like really, really quick. So by the time you go back for your next haircut, that stylist could be gone and on to another, beauty salon. So you're not guaranteed any of this. Not that you're guaranteed with anybody else, but usually the longevity of beauty upper scale, beauty salons, the stylists tend to stick around a little longer, is what I'm saying. So anyway, so I happened to luck out. So this was at a public shopping center around my neighborhood, and kind of came out of Great Clips feeling like this is not going to do it for me. Maybe I'll go back to Joseph and Friends, and maybe I'll call them, because, well, I mean, at least for a cut, I'll do the cut and have them, and then maybe I'll just do the dye myself at home. So I kind of resigned myself to that. And then I look around, and literally 2 doors down from Great Clips is this salon called Argon Salon and Spa. And it was a smaller place, and I'm like, right, I'll go in there, my last ditch effort. I'm going to go in there and just ask them, because they were comparable right there, how they compare with Great Clips. Well, I go in there, and there's this young lady, I'm talking about probably in her mid-30s, very pretty. And I think she's Persian. And she asked me, can I help you? Very friendly, very nice. And I said, yes, I'd like to look at some prices and, for a haircut and this and that. I had my hair in my ponytail and everything. She had a stylist come over to the counter. They looked at my hair right then and there, free consultation. What are you thinking about doing with your hair? And I said, well, I do want to take off a pretty big chunk, and I would like to color it if that's possible, depending on the prices. And the cuts, so she brought out a brochure, and she was showing me all the price ranges. The cuts started at $40 for women and up, and I think the color was like 50 and up, so 50 and up. And she said, look, if you do the hair color and the cut at the same time, you're a new customer, we'll give you a good package, a good deal, and, don't worry about it, we'll do it. I go, oh, okay, how much is the extra to blow dry it out? She just looks at me, she goes, oh, that's included. And the shampoo? Oh, no, that's included too. Would you flat iron that? Yeah, we do the flat ironing and then curling it or however you want to style it. It's all included. I'm like, in my head, I'm ticking all this off, and I'm like, cut, blow dry, shampoo, styling, $40, $45. Okay. And then even with the color, $50, I'm like, all right, 90 is doable if I'm gonna, with the color, that it's not 200, 90 versus 200, 250. It's okay. It's okay. I can live with that, especially if they're going to do a really good job professionally, to have it colored. So I booked the appointment. I went in there like a Friday afternoon after work, and, you know, that's when I stopped by. And I booked the appointment for today, which was at, you know, 10 a.m. It was the only available time that they had left. And she even told me who the hair lady is going to be and everything. So, okay, fine. So I told my husband, you know, we're going to go ahead and have breakfast out because it would be a, you know, a very quick turnaround, and I wanted to be there promptly at 10 a.m. I didn't want to be late on my first thing. And I went ahead and, you know, got there about 10 minutes even earlier. They sat me down because the lady that was going to do my hair hadn't arrived yet for the morning. She was on her way. She was in the car. And that's fine. They offered me what I wanted to drink, you know, coffee, water, anything like that, you know, juice or something. And I was like, wow, you know, that's pretty nice, you know, included in the whole price range. Cool. That's like a Joseph and Friends thing that they do. So I said, you know, I had just had breakfast. So I said, yeah, I really don't need anything. But later on, I did have a little bottle of water, which was really nice of them. At every step, they made sure I knew what was going to be done to my hair. They consulted with me what I wanted. And I hadn't even brought in a picture, honestly, of what I wanted my hair to look like. And I know some people are like OCD about an exact cut, and they want it exactly like the picture and exactly like their, you know, favorite celebrity's haircut or whatever is trending, you know. And it took me a while till after they had washed my hair and I was already in the seat, and I kind of just told her, you know, yeah, I need about 2 or 3 inches off. I do want it very, you know, mildly layered. I want it to have some bounce and some layer. And she said, do you want to have it blow dried out and straightened, and then we can curl it back up? And I go, yeah, you know, do something cool with it. And then I sat there and actually called up on my phone Pinterest, and I searched curly, short, or medium or short hair styles, to just kind of get an idea, to show her something, you know. I wasn't fixated about it. And it had one that was, you know, like this curly, and the front kind of went a little longer, and I don't know if you can see it, but the front here is a little bit longer than the back. Not drastically, like a couple of Pinterest pictures were like the bob was like right here, and then it had a really drastic cut. I'm looking at it, you know, in the mirror. And I didn't want it that drastic where it looked kind of, you know, weird at my age, I guess, to have it like that. I thought it would be way too youthful, but this has a nice curve in it. You see, guys, it just kind of goes down. It's a nice curve. So I showed her that cut, and by the way, I took a snap of it, of the hairstyle that I showed her. So I'll put it up here somewhere, you know, on the side here, so you guys can see like the actual hairstyle that I, you know, showed her, so you can kind of get a feel for, you know, what I showed her and what I ended up with, which was, you know, very close to, you know, except for all the curls and stuff. I think the Pinterest was curlier because I think it was basically a very natural curl. It wasn't like put back, or maybe it was a perm. I don't know. I don't know these things that well, but you know, either way, it was really close. And she worked on it, you know, beautifully, long time, took her time, did everything beautifully. They did the color first. I do want to say that. They did all of the color first. The colorist lady came, and she looked at, you know, my ends, which were completely brassy and burnt out. And she said, do you want it to be, you know, lighter, darker, same? Do you want it to be with the redder tones, or do you want it, you know, toned down? And I said, no, keep it kind of like the same, and I don't like it too dark. And if you guys know colors, the numbers, it was really between like a 7 and an 8, and I usually, like on my box of preference or Feria, I usually go around that 8 zone. I never go higher, like 9 or 10 is supposed to be, you know, the numbers as they go higher, it goes lighter and lighter. So I'm always about that 7.5 to 8 range. So I was comfortable with that. It wasn't, you know, something that I hadn't had before. And so she went in the back to mix it up in the bowl. And then this other lady did the roots. She's like an assistant, but she also does like facials there. And we actually talked about, they have, the spa area has like facials. They do eyebrow tinting, eyelash tinting. She does threading, which I saw her later do a threading on someone while I was getting my hair done, and that's freaky, guys. I'm not gonna put a thread near my face. And she put like the end in her teeth, and she was like pulling. She did someone's like hair face, like little hairs around. I guess they were dark haired, so they I guess they wanted to clean up like some peach fuzz or something. And then I did tell her, the lady, that, you know, I use Retin-A, so of course, because she was talking about waxing too, like she could wax eyebrows or wax facial hair. And then she goes, oh yeah, well, if you do Retin-A, then you can't, we can't have you, you know, wax your skin because it's too sensitive, which is true. It's absolutely true. But we just, you know, we just chatted about that. And I might go in for a facial later, which I will video you guys about it. The only reason is because they have products from Hungary, and it said organic Hungarian facial, which was $65. But I am dying to try their skincare line of this Hungarian imported organic skincare. Now they have, you know, toners and cleansers and everything else, but I digress. But I do want to go back to that, you know, and do a video for you guys on that. So anyway, that was the end of my experience. I got the color beautifully done. I am just astoundedly happy with it. I don't know if you guys can see it. They even did like some toning, like they did one layer where she pulled through the color, and the next layer she kind of left a little lighter, and then another layer pulled it all the way through. So she just kind of almost darkened down my hair, which is fabulous. I mean, I love that it has these different tones and you know, colors. As you can see, this one's a little lighter, but then you'll have the darker ones in here. So I was absolutely thrilled to pieces with the actual color. I thought it was absolutely fabulous. And that's it, you know. Oh, what did I pay? Okay, so I paid when she added everything up at the front. She said, you know, you're a new customer and we really want your business and we want you to come back. We want you to be satisfied. So we did everything for $75. Okay, like I couldn't have even gotten a haircut at Joseph's for $75. And I was like, and the service was absolutely fabulous. All the women were absolutely dolls. I was like, okay, that's cool. And they ran it. I gave tips, so I came out with about $95, you know, out of pocket with tip and everything. 90 or 95, I can't remember now. Yeah, I think it was closer to 95. But it was a great experience. And oh, and she gave me a coupon, like one of those punch hole coupons. She punched the first one and she said, oh, keep this because after you get 9 punches, you get a free haircut. I'm like, cool. I'm cool with that. Then she gave me a 10% off coupon for my like next haircut. Which again, I was absolutely thrilled with. And I think you get some discounts if you refer anybody, you know, to them, which I don't know of anyone like around my neighborhood that I would, like a friend that I would refer because they don't really live around my neighborhood. But, you know, I certainly will talk about it. If anyone wants to make the drive, over here, it's fine. And I intend to go back, which is great. But I wanted you guys to see it. I'm just so thrilled. I'm just happy with it. And I slapped on some, what was it? The Revlon Aqua Stay powder today. That's all I've got on. I've got just a little Milani lipstick on, and mascara, and I think a little dark blue eyeshadow, not eyeshadow, eyeliner, and that is it. And I think I had a little Melania. Melania is Melania is like the first lady, right? It's not Melania. Isn't that funny? No, what was it? Oh, Wet n Wild is is my blush. I can't remember the name, but I'll put it up here for you guys. I'll run the name of it. And that's all I've got on today. And I think, what do you guys think? I want your opinions, but I think going shorter at our age, or my age, definitely after 50, after 55, really, it youthens your face. I think it really does. I think it just kind of, puts everything up and a little tighter. And my husband, who does not like short hair to begin with, he really loves long hair. His first remark back after I, came home was, "Oh, your eyes are really popping. Like, your eyes are so popping because of the short hair. Like, it just brings out your features." So, that's a great compliment from your significant other to have. And I think that is the case. I think once you get to a certain age, the hair down half of your back. I mean, if you have beautiful hair, and if you can rock it, gals, at any age, if you can rock long, gorgeous, luscious hair, and you love it, you do you. Like I say, you do you, and you do it, and if it pleases you, that's awesome. For me, I knew that my hair was in a bad shape. I knew I had to kind of reset my hair, get it to a length where it's going to grow out healthy. I might keep it this short for a little bit. I might start to, grow it down a little bit, but it really felt liberating to get that length off of me. It just felt like, wow, my hair is moving, it's bouncy, it's not slapped in the back of my head, and all I was down to was ponytails, buns, putting my hair up in the, up this way with the little clip barrettes, and headbands. And honestly, it was getting to the point where it was like, I just didn't want to deal with it emotionally. I just didn't want to deal with my hair. I thought my hair was just getting all blech, and I checked out. I really mentally checked out of dealing with my hair. And I'm glad to be back in the game, guys. I am glad to be back in the game. So I'm going to go into Marshall's now, because I've just, I've parked here just to talk to you guys. I'm going to buy a curling iron, which I don't own. I do own a flat iron, but I think Marshall's has really good deals and sales. I'll probably be able to get one for like $15, $16 that I normally would probably pay $29 for. So I'm definitely going to look in there. And I have some Biolage or something. They did tell me to use a color safe shampoo and conditioner, which I do have from like Sally's Beauty Supply. So I'm good there. And I've got some, I guess, mousse if I want to go curly or, set it or anything. But I was missing the curling iron, and they did use like a 2-inch curling iron on it, or maybe 1.5 inch. Not the really skinny ones, and not the fat. It wasn't this fat. It wasn't like the really fat ones. It was like this big around. Okay, so what is that, like 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches? But it wasn't the little teeny ones. So I really liked it, because I think it put back a lot of the curl and just gave it that really nice wave and everything. So I'm sorry, I'm just talked through. I am spent with talking about this, but I wanted you guys to see it. I'm just so happy. I love you guys so much, and give it a thumbs up if you like it, and give me some comments below on what you do for your hairstyles, and you know, some of the stories that you've had about it. I'd love to hear from you guys. You know that I love chatting with you guys about all of these topics. I hope that you are enjoying my videos that I'm putting up. I'm really trying to put up quality videos on different subjects that we can all talk about. I don't want to overbeat certain subjects. I think, you know, some of the subjects are around YouTube are just beaten to death. Holy mackerel. Sometimes I'm like, how many ways can you do your AM or PM skincare? How many times can you talk about a certain subject? It's just ad nauseum. You know, some people like just twist a video into like 10 different videos on how I'm doing this, well, how I'm using that, how I'm using that at night, and how I'm using that in the daytime, and how I'm using that on every other week, and how I'm using the same thing when I go on a trip, and how I'm using that when, you know, I feel like going on a date, and how my best friend is using it, and how my best friend and I are using it, and how my husband likes me using that. I mean, oh my God. Oh my God, seriously, get a life. I love you guys. I really do. Big smooches, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye-bye.